gonna give it a little bit of gas here from about 36. It's still brand new. It's only got 8 miles. My peppy little engine, man. This thing goes. It's got some good power for 300 horsepower. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Peter's Autovlog. Today, we're going to get to review and test drive this updated 2025 Ford Explorer. Now, I've always been a big fan of the Ford Explorer, and especially now that it's been improved all over around. Basically, have done a mid-cycle refresh for 2025. But before we go on, I want to give a big shout out to Bartow Ford for allowing me some time with this Explorer. Big thank you to my friend Tim, and I'm going to put all their information and a link to the website in the description below. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we have the updated 2025 Ford Explorer. Now, this one that we have with us here is an active model, which is basically your very base Ford Explorer for 2025, as this is basically known. For 2025, they basically have done a mid-cycle refresh for this 6th generation Ford Explorer. This Explorer was introduced in 2020 when they got a pretty big revision of pretty much a new Explorer that was basically rear-wheel drive based, and this basically is keeping the same platform and all that kind of stuff. Basically, all they have done for the 2025 model year is they redone the front styling. We got some new rear taillights, and also they have redone the interior quite a bit. Now, of course, walking around with this Explorer, you can see that to the untrained eye, there's not going to be much change. It kind of looks the same. It kind of basically is. They haven't really done anything to the powertrains or the way, or basically the whole structure, just basically a carryover, but the big improvement is basically done to the interior. Now, heading here to the back, we see we got the restyled taillights in the back, which definitely look much better. Kind of Range Rover-esque, kind of more design. Really nice the way they look, kind of all LED. And of course, this kind of extends all across the rear hatch, as you can see with the new Explorer name right there. I think they did a really good job of basically updating and modernizing this Ford Explorer. Now, this Explorer that we have with us here is an active model, which is basically your very base Ford Explorer. For 2025, Ford has eliminated basically 5 trims out of the Explorer. No more Timberline, no more Limited, no more King Ranch XLT or Hybrid. All we have for 2025 is basically this active. Then you go to the ST line, ST, and then the Platinum. So basically, there's only 4 trims, and they kind of all configured it to basically all these 4 trims. See the Sport, Base, kind of mid-level Sport, and then just Luxury. Now, this particular active model is finished off in a carbonized gray metallic, which is a pretty decent color. It's not bad. I like it. It's not my favorite color, but it does work. And on the inside, we have a space gray dark cloth interior, which we'll check out in just a few moments. Now, coming here to the revised front styling of this 2025 Explorer, as you can see, we got a little different, more design to the front headlights. You can see we got a little bit of kind of an angle here downward. We got your LED daytime running light, your LED turn signals, and your LED headlights. Really nice the way that's all designed. We got a different grille. As you can see, this is basically the new grille for this Explorer. It's a little bit bigger, a little more lower. That goes down here a little bit, but this is kind of your base grille. We got different grills for the ST line, and the Platinum. Now, coming on here, as you can see, we got functional air scoops right there, kind of just plastic trims. This is where basically your fog light will go, as this one's not equipped with that. We got a bit of lower balance here done in a bit of aluminum. We got just paint color all around. We got a front plate on this one, no sensors on this one, and this is a base model. And then we have here your Ford badge with no frontal camera. This is basically, I'm surprised Ford did not use their new logo and the new Ford logo on this one, so I don't know why, but they kind of kept the traditional chrome Ford logo on this new Explorer. Now, coming here to the side, as you can see, we got basically your base 18-inch wheels. These are nice aluminum wheel, that various spokes. We got a 255 millimeter Hankook Kinetic GT tire, basically your base tires, basically the same tire around. The 255 goes all around. Pretty nice wheels for the base, but for the base Explorer, not too bad. As you can see, we got a bit of a kind of black plastic here surrounding your fender here, as you can see, all around the fender and along the side sill. As you can see, that we got the Explorer name right there with a bit of chrome also done here. As you can see, part of that little bit of distinction of the packaging of the 2025 Explorer. Coming up here, we got no side turn signals or anything that integrated into the mirror. This is just a plastic mirror. We do have a bit of black coloring here, basically on your seat pillar, which is actually interesting because one of the options for 2025 is that you can get a black roof on this Explorer for about $4,700, which seems a little bit high, but this is one of the new options for the Explorer. I don't think you cannot get it on this one, but I'm sure on the ST line, ST, and the Platinum ones, you can get that optional black roof for about $4,700. Now, as you can see, see, guys, the rest of it's pretty much the same. We got just your roof rails. This was got no panoramic sunroof. That's about a $1,700 option if you want it. But coming back here, guys, we got the same tire and wheel combo. And then here to the back, we got the revised style. As you can see, we got a little more revised style that kind of cross all along here with the name of Explorer. All this, I don't know if this, all this doesn't light up, but you got a bit light up all the way up to here. All of these are LED taillights and turn signals. As you can see, we got the active model right there, and here we have your receiver hitch ready to go. All Explorers for 2025 are towing 5,000 pounds, whether it's a V6 or this 4-cylinder engine or this base engine. I have the key here with me. As you can see, pretty much the base same key as last year. We got open close, double click to open up the rear hatch, and a panic button. No remote start on this key at all for the base model. Let's go ahead and double click and open up. As you can see, we got a reverse camera as well. So coming here to the interior of this midsize SUV, as you can see, you got 7 passengers or 6 passengers depending on the trim. Of course, if you get captain seats or not, but this one here is basically your bench seat, as you can see there. Now here we got about 16 cubic feet of space here with the third seats up, and with them down like this, you got about 46 square feet of space or cubic feet of space. As you can see, that put out information for you guys up on the screen, but pretty nice the way this is. Pretty easy to bring down the seats. Just kind of toggle on that and just bring them down. As you can see, pretty easy to do that. Let it go and the seats will lock back into place. Here on the side, we got a little bit of cubicle. Just kind of open this up real quick. As you can see, they're pretty, it's a little bit finicky, but it's not bad at all. Gives you a little more storage space. On the right hand side, we have a little more hooks, LED light, and we have a 12-volt connection, as you can see there. A couple of USB ports right there for your back passengers or your third row passengers, and we got a little more storage cubicle over here. Nothing on this side, as you can see there. As you can see here, we have the dark, or the space gray dark cloth interior that Ford calls this cloth interior. Pretty nice the way it is. Now coming in here, we got a little more storage space here in the back. You can see a little extra cubicle to put some things here in the back. We got also some side cubicles there as well. Now don't quote me on this one. I'm going to put the information for you guys up on the screen, but I believe there is a spare tire underneath here. If there's not, I'll confirm that for you guys here with a little message on the screen. But that pretty much pretty nice the way it is. A lot of storage space here in the back, as you can see there. And if we just bring this seat back here, as you can see, just easily bring this back. And this got a little bit of a little thing here that pumps up, but there we go, guys. Here's the back of the new Ford Explorer, the updated one, pretty much about the same as last year. Just coming up here, guys, all you have to do is just either hit the key twice or press the button and your hatch will automatically close. And as you can see, we got some LED lighting for your license plate. Now coming to the hood of the Explorer, as you can see, guys, we have the lighted LED turn signal there. As you can see, that's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and bring this hood up. As you can see, it's pretty hot, so I got to bring this up, and we have to grab a little stick. This is the only thing I don't like, that Ford has not included any hydraulic assistance to open up this hoods, even at this price range. So for 2025, we got 2 EcoBoost engines, this 2.3 liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder turbocharged engine or the V6 twin turbo engine. Now this being the base active, you got the 2.3 liter engine. Now this engine for 2025 is basically the same engine, but has been revised completely as the same as in a Mustang for 2024. So we got basically an updated, or basically the same engine, just a brand new and updated design. So this is a 2.3 liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, producing the same 300 horsepower as last year and 310 pound-feet of torque. This is going through a 10-speed automatic transmission that has been recalibrated for this year. Give you a little more smoother shift and work just a little bit better in terms of smoothness. Of course, this one here is a rear-wheel drive vehicle. This is the way it's been. Basically, it's a little bit ahead of its competition in terms of being a rear-wheel drive platform. This has been like this since 2020. Before the 5th generation Explorer was a front-wheel drive version based platform, but now this is a rear-wheel drive platform. So if you want a 4-wheel drive in this Explorer, you have to pay about $2,000 to option off the 4-wheel drive system, even in this base active Explorer. In terms of fuel economy, you're looking at about 19 to 20, guys. I just lost them right now out of my head, but it's about 19 to 20 miles per gallon in the city, about 29 to 30. I'll put that information for you guys up on the screen for the fuel mileage of this Ford Explorer. Of course, depending on if you put 93 gas on it or just regular octane gas on it, 9087. But there we go, guys. Pretty much just basically the same power plant. Just this one here is a revised power plant for 2025 for this Explorers. There we go, guys. Let's go ahead and drop the hood. You got to get our little stick here, get it out and put it back where it's placed right there, and there we go. And before we go inside, let's go ahead and take a look at the sticker of this Ford Explorer. Now here we have a 2025 Ford Explorer finished off in carbonized gray. This one here is basically your base active model with no options at all, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that, but this one here started just under $40,000, and the price for this one is basically MSRP $41,350 for this Ford Explorer. Now depending on the model, some models have dropped a little bit in price, some have increased in price. I think this is about the same as last year's, and this is kind of the equivalent of an XL model. But let me know, guys, if the price is still okay. It's not bad for a 7-passenger mid-size SUV with rear-wheel drive and a pretty decent power plant as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the revised interior of this Ford Explorer. Now, as you can see, what I've seen so far is that they have definitely upgraded the materials quite a bit in the interior of this Explorer, especially, of course, the new dash layout. But really soft touch materials. This dark leather here, this dark gray leather feels very soft as well with that red contrast stitching. Definitely some softer material here on the upper side of the door. We got a couple of bit of aluminum trims that you can see that looks really nice. We got a bit of a kind of matte gray here as well for where the windows things feel. A little bit of cubicle right there. Plenty of space to put a lot of things here. Now coming to the interior, as you can see, guys, here we have the space gray, dark gray cloth. Really nice the way this feels. As you can see, really nice what Ford has done. We get a bit of light gray red contrast stitching, as you can see there. Now, of course, if we put the seat up here a little bit, it's hard going up, and we press this, we got access to the rear seats. Now I'm going to get up there, but I'm not going to get back there. But as you can see, guys, the seats have plenty decently room. You can put 2 passengers back there pretty comfortably. As you can see, we got the USB ports right there. As you can see, a little more cubicles, and there are some AC vents here in the back. Let's go ahead and put this back here, guys, and kind of get this back forward here so we can get inside. And let's go ahead and jump inside this Ford Explorer. We got a little grab handle, which is great. To see, this is pretty good room. Obviously, this seat is far back more than I should have put it there. But we do have a couple of pockets here in the back. We got your 3rd zone AC. We got the Explorer name right there, and we have the center console there with also some contrast station. We got basic controls for your rear fan and the basically the temperature. A couple of USB ports and a 12-volt connection. No home connection here at all. And then we have a couple of cup holders. You can see there that kind of come down. That don't feel great, but actually it's not bad having those cup holders right there. As you can see, we also got a couple extra cup holders right here in the center console. As you can see, that's pretty good to have there as well. This is, of course, a bench seat. You can also get captain chairs as well. Not on this model. I believe you have to go to the ST line to get the captain chairs. But this cloth material actually feels pretty good, pretty rugged as well. I like it. Up here, we got a great headliner. No sunroof or panoramic sunroof on this one. If you want to get it, it's about $1,700. And as you can see, we got the AC vents up here. So with some lights, as you can tell right there, easy to just kind of get this all customized to your liking. But pretty good interior, guys. Overall not bad. We got some floor mats as well, as you can see on this one. But for being the equivalent of an XLT model, it's actually not bad. And here we got your revised interior. As you can see, it's pretty much better and a much improvement over the prior years. Let's go ahead, guys, and get up front. Heading to the driver's side of this Ford Explorer, as you can see, guys, we do have blind spot monitoring, and these things and they're not done automatically, but they do fold in as well if you want to have those things folded in. Let's go ahead and open up the door. And coming here to the interior, guys, pretty much the same as the back. As you can see, we got soft touch materials. Definitely much more improved quality of the materials. They feel much more refined. As you can see, we got quite a bit of a couple of aluminum trims right there. We got the contrast stitching. We got a dark gray here where all this is kind of feels more rugged, so it kind of controls the scratching here. We got controls for windows and mirrors, speaker, and of course quite a bit of space here to store all your things. Now coming here to the interior, there's a couple of Easter eggs that Ford has put into this Ford Explorer. That's kind of the thing that Ford does to this Explorers. And one of them is here. As you can see, we got this, looks like a city, but it's basically the skyline of Detroit City, or basically Detroit, where Ford is. That's one of their Easter eggs that they put into this, kind of mold into the Ford, that kind of put things there. Really cool to have that. There's another one over here on the other side that is from the Chicago skyline. As you can see, we'll check it in just a few moments. But as you can see, it's pretty nice interior to this Ford Explorer. We got, I believe these are 8-way power seats here, basically space seats for this active. As you can see, the seats are really nice the way they are, pretty nice and bolstered, pretty soft as well. And this cloth feels like it's going to last quite a bit because it's pretty rugged. Now, as you can see, we also got some stitching here on the steering wheel as well, part of that red stitching, manually tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And if we get down here a little bit, we got also controls for your lights and your rear hatch. Actually, there's a manual thing here. We got some soft leather as well with that contrast stitching. And we also got a bit of a cloth here, kind of similar to the soundbar that's in the Ford Mustang Mach-E. That's what Ford has done into this new interior of this Ford Explorer. As you can see, that's pretty nice to have. Looks really nice and definitely gives this a more upscale look to this new 2025 Ford Explorer. Let's go ahead, guys, and drop inside. Just wanted to show you guys a couple of the Easter eggs that Ford has put into this Explorer. Now, one of them here, as you can see, we got a really nice combination of that's kind of have some sort of meaning here all the way that is here on the trim on the door. Here on this side, as I mentioned, we have the Detroit skyline. On this one here, we have if you can see it there, the skyline of Chicago, where this Ford Explorers are built. As you can see, there's a bit of that leather stitching here on the dash. And we got the Ford Explorer right there, and of course we got the rest of the soundbar right here. And also one of the other ones here, as you can see here, a little bit of storage space here on the side. Here basically we got all the generations of the Ford Explorer. You can see they're embedded or put into the graphics right there, and see pretty cool detail, a little bit of Easter egg that Ford puts into this Ford Explorer. You can see it's pretty nice the way this is. Let's go ahead, guys, and go bach to the driver's side. And coming into the Ford Explorer, you can see we got some pretty nice graphics over there for the Explorer right there. You can see Explorer here on the 13.2-inch center screen. Let's go ahead, guys, and get this Explorer started because it's quite hot here in Central Florida. Let's go ahead and get some AC going into this cabin. So now that we got the cool AC coming to the cabin, let's go ahead and review this really nice interior update to this Ford Explorer. As you can see, guys, we'll start here, and on the back here we got, of course, your center armrest. If you lift this up, we got a couple of USB ports and a little more storage space on here. You can see pretty good amount of storage. You can do that right there. We got a little more storage space right there, and of course we got your cup holders, we got your parking brake, and we have your drive modes as well. We'll go over in just a few moments. We got your dial here for your transmission. Then here we got a little button you can press. It's got a little bit of a dark gray finish to it. You got to press a little button, and this comes up. You got 2 USB ports down there with a 12-volt connection. A little more storage space on here. As you can see, the pretty nice amount of storage right there. We can bring this down. Now here, the center console is really nice. We got all this is all soft touch material, soft leather with the contrast stitching, as you can see there, which is really nice. Now, of course, if this was a higher up, you'll have your basically your wireless charging pad right there, which will put your phone there, and that will charge your phone. But this one doesn't have it, being a base active model. But I'm just gonna put my phone right there. But really nice storage space, as you can see. They're pretty nice the way that is. Now, I love the way all this styling is. You can see all the way all this is really done much nicer with all this aluminum trim. The Ford Explorer name right there. We got still that soft leather. We got a little different aluminum trim right here. We got that soundbar, very similar to that Ford Mach-E. Your 13.2-inch screen here coming around here. All this is actually a little bit softer as well, so not as harsh plastic. This is definitely a soft touch material. So really nice the way Ford has done this interior. As you can see, controls for the lights. Well, that carries over here as well with aluminum trim. Steering wheel has also that contrast stitching with a bit of aluminum trim there as well. And then it's manually adjustable tilting and telescoping steering wheel. Controls for your turn signals and basically your wipers here on the side. So really nice what Ford has done in terms of the interior. Really much improved. Feels a little much more better build quality. You can definitely just tell. And this cloth here on this soundbar looks really nice as well. Now, of course, guys, as I mentioned last here, coming here in the middle, we got just a volume control. I believe this guy just has basic speaker stereo. Which actually doesn't sound too bad. It's actually a pretty good sounding system. Here on the side, we got your auto start off. We got your parking assistance hazards. We got your camera system right there. As you can see, we got a really nice camera here. This has got just rear sensors. If we put this in reverse, we got the rear sensors right there. As you can see, there's no 360-degree camera on this one, but at least you got trajectory lens, as you can see there. And then the camera, it's got pretty good graphics as well. As you can see there, we'll put this back in park. But really nice the way that is. So beside that, we got your traction control button, and here we have your auto stop start. Your auto holder as well, which is really nice to have. You see, really nice the way it is. Your AC outlets are right here, your AC vents. Now, coming here, guys, we got basically the biggest thing, or the biggest change to Ford's 2025 Ford Explorer. Here we got a 13.2-inch screen, which has got the Ford's latest and greatest Sync 4A with the new system that's operating the new Ford digital experience. Now, this system is kind of a much better. It automates over the air, as far as going to call it. But here, as you can see, we got all kinds of things you can do. We got Google Maps now integrated into the system, and we got a P1, which means each driver or each person can kind of personalize its system, including in terms of apps, driving, or your radio stations, probably AC settings. So it's a very much more customizable, personalized settings you can do to this Ford Explorer, which is awesome. As you can see, guys, here we got all the settings to the car, valet mode, vehicle status, and we put settings. You got all kinds of controls, your occupant lighting. There's also new ambient lighting on this new Ford Explorers. This being the base one doesn't have it. I think you have to go to the ST line to get it, but there's about 7 different color themes that you can put in the interior. Now that this will have ambient lighting, this one doesn't have it, unfortunately. But you can see, guys, all types of things you can kind of switch and do. System, all kinds of things you can definitely see on this. Got really quick also to the touch and movement. Now here we come to the biggest map. As you can see, we got Maps, Apple Store, Google Assistant. It's got Google Maps, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Alexa, all the assistants you can do up here. Messaging, Bluetooth, you can see, guys. Sirius, you got all kinds of stuff. Now the biggest thing you can do is now watch movies, watch YouTube as well. You have to be parked, of course. You have to be in park to watch all this stuff, but you can see you can watch YouTube as well. And if you go back, you can also watch a movie, the news. Really awesome system you can do. You can see you got routers, Fox News, all the things you can do, and all personalize it per driver, if you can say that. But really awesome system that Ford has done. I have to play with a little bit more, but that's a really good system. It's very quick to the touch, and a lot of personalization you can do to the system, which is an awesome. This looks much better than the older vertical design and the horizontal one you can do. This is a really nice screen. This is basically the same screen that's in the Escape and the new Maverick for 2025, but really cool system that Ford has integrated into this. Now, of course, this being the base model, I don't know, there's a little more things that of course opens up the higher trim you go, but we'll see that once we test out the new models or higher trim models. We'll start here, guys. You can see we have a 12.3 inch digital cluster layout. We see really nice graphics to all your instrumentation. That's basically more kind of in tune to an F-150, but it looks very, very nice. You can see the steering wheel has excellent, really nice leather. Feels really great. It has a nice thickness to it. Definitely feels much more upscale. You get a bit of aluminum trim, as you can see there. We got settings for your cruise control, and we have also all the things you can change and go overall the menu here for your clusters. You can see trip information, all type of vehicle things you can do, all type of information. Of course, this will change depending on the mode you are as well. Now for 2025, Ford has introduced the Ford Blue Cruise, the autonomous driving assistant for the Explorers, but in this active you cannot get it. You have to go to the ST line at least to get that 90-day trial, and of course after that you can do either by year, about $700, or month to month, depending on if you liked it. And if you like that trial, then you go out from there monthly or by a yearly subscription. But I haven't tried it yet. And of course, if we go to our different drive modes, we got Eco, we got Sport, we got Towing, we got Normal, we got also, if we go back this way, we got normal. As you can see, we got 12. We can do light off road. This is just being rear wheel drive, and of course we go back to sleep. We're gonna kind of put it in sport and see how this kind of goes. As you know, Ford did actualize the 10-speed on this one's, kind of make it a little bit better, a little bit softer. Definitely retune the all this software for the transmission to feel it better, so be much smoother shift and all that. But all right, guys, there we go, guys. Pretty much your 2025 Ford Explorer. Really nice interior. Let's go see how this drives, and we'll take a look and see how smooth this or how big of an improvement Ford has done. And before we go on, close the door, let's go ahead and see if we can hear this 2.3 liter inline 4, this revised engine. Sounds pretty nice. It's got to be quiet. Obviously, this is not a Ford EcoBoost Mustang, so it's got to be much more quieter, but it sounds pretty decent, to be honest. Let's go ahead and close the door. You can see all that nice trim here that Ford had put on the door. They're really nice. So let's go ahead and go out for a test drive on this new Explorer. Let's go ahead and put this thing on reverse. First, here, a little dial. I wish they bring the little dial. Not crazy about these dials, but they're not too bad. You can see the reverse camera there with our angles, as we checked earlier before, but we do have our directional lens, as you can see there, and we do have our sensors, and the sensors, you're gonna see there. You can see there we go with the sensors. Let's go ahead and go back to drive. And we got no frontal camera or anything like that on this one here, but let's see how this 2025 updated Ford Explorer drives. I can tell you that it does feel, in terms of the interior, you can definitely feel that this has been updated. It feels a little bit quieter, definitely more refined than before, especially in this lower base. I've driven the lower base Explorers, and especially with this engine, and it doesn't feel, but this one here, definitely they have done the, I don't know if they put a little more sound deadening on this thing or what, but definitely feels a lot more smoother, a little bit more refined for sure. And let's go ahead and go out this way here. So we got a turn signal noise. We are in sport mode, if I remember that we are on the sport setting here. And let's check real quick here. Yep, we're on sport mode. Now, of course, remember, this is rear wheel drive with 300 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. And of course, as I mentioned, the recalibrated 10-speed automatic that Ford has put into this Explorers. And I just really love the interior. This looks so much better. Definitely it's an upscale, definitely a much better looking interior. Works better. Just definitely Ford did a great job. Let's do a little bit, just a slight acceleration here. Definitely plenty of torque in the motor. Super smooth transmission. They definitely been improving this transmission ever since. Now we got a little car behind us. I'm just gonna give it a little bit of gas here from about 36. It's still brand new. It's only got 8 miles. My peppy little engine, man, this thing goes. It's got some good power for 300 horsepower. Since it's lighter, it's only got a rear wheel drive, not carrying a little bit extra weight from the front differential. This thing moves, and it's pretty good in terms of fuel economy. looking at about 20. I'll put that information we guys up on the screen. I just lost it. It's been hot today. I apologize, but wow, this thing definitely feels a lot smoother. Make sure everything's good. It feels a lot smoother. Suspension definitely feels a lot more stuck to the ground, but super smooth and comfortable. The seats are really comfortable as well. They really improved those. I don't know if they've changed them a lot, but yeah, this thing definitely feels a lot more refined. And the engine doesn't have much more. There's a lot of vibration that have been kind of toned down. Wow, I'm really impressed with this Ford Explorer so far. I've driven quite a bit of them. I've driven probably at least 5 or 6 Ford Explorers in the past couple of years. And I'm trying to hang back a little bit here just to give a little bit of acceleration. Not a lot, because obviously it's only got 8 miles. So I'm not going to put this thing to the red line. But let's go ahead and give it a gas here. And really none of those, it feels like some of those engine noises are pumped in, but it's got a really nice noise, kind of sport to it. You know, I'm kind of impressed with the noise this makes. Really interesting the way this thing feels. But wow, we're rolling here and there is no wind noise. Very little road noise at all. The wind noise is really no tire noise at all. And we're in sport mode, so obviously it's a little, you know, it's got some good response too. Wow, this thing, yeah, it's got definitely, Ford has definitely improved the transmission on this one. This 10-speed, it's pretty nice and responsive, especially in sport mode. Now if we go back to normal mode, let's see if we just go back to normal. But then we're relaxed, and I see this thing is kind of already, the Ford you know, semi-system regular 360 is kind of already controlling where I'm going. I'm just impressed about the refinement. It's so much quieter in here. There's not, you can tell this thing is well put together, a lot better put together. It's kind of like the Ford Mustang from the 23 to the 24. There's quite a bit of difference in materials, and the quality of materials have definitely improved. This definitely feels put a lot better together. It feels screwed much better, much tighter. And yeah, the steering wheel feels good. It's just definitely tight. This thing just, yeah, it feels actually, for a base Explorer, this is quite a nice. To be honest, it feels a lot more refined than I definitely remember being them. Now, of course, if you get the ST Explorer with the louder exhaust and all, that's going to be different. But the way this drives, man, this is really nice. Ford did a good job in terms of, you know, all the definitely improving the interior. But the driving experience seems to be a little bit better. I'll be honest. Much better driving experience. Much quieter, much smoother. The transmission is really nice as well. Wow, really impressive with this ST, or this Active Explorer. Super smooth shifts. Wow, even in regular mode, this just goes. It's got really nice eagerness to go. Super smooth. Wow, Ford really did a good job with the transmission. They really smooth it out. Super easy shifts. It's not as, you know, kind of searching for a gear. This just goes, and it's actually, wow, pretty impressed. Now there's a little bit of wind noise. I don't know if it might be the mirror or something like that, but slight wind noise here by the mirrors. Yeah, we get a bit of low fuel. It's not too bad. But I'm very impressed with this new Explorer. Wow, yeah, definitely a lot more refined. And this is, yeah, it's got Ford's, no wonder this thing's up. What the hell's pulling the steering wheel? It's Ford Stability or Ford Copilot 360 that's working with me here. I can turn that off as well. It's one of the buttons here where you have to go to the settings. But as you can tell, guys, if you go to Maps, we got the Google Maps, which is awesome. You can see, look at the graphics on that. I'm sure you can probably turn it into, you know, sunlight as well view. Wow, pretty impressive the way this thing is. You know how good this Explorer has become. It's not a major, it's not a revamp completely. This is basically still the same platform. They have not messed with the calibration. I think they revised the ST suspension a little bit to be more sporty, but this one here, maybe just revised slightly the springs and all that stuff, very minor stuff, but definitely smooth, definitely very comfortable. And this Active one it's actually pretty nice material. It's got a really nice screen, got navigation, you got digital screens, cool AC. We don't have cooled seats or heated seats on this, but that you have to go to the higher line. But this is actually a pretty nice Explorer, to be honest. And 5,000 pounds of towing capability. You can do all-wheel drive on this as well. So you got a pretty competitive, and this is for about $41,000. So this is a pretty good buy, even compared, for example, to a Ford Escape. I would rather pay, you know, an extra $70,000. I'm sure you can probably be able to get them for the high 30s, you know, once they become here. And this is actually the second one that's here in the lot. They haven't even cleaned this thing here at all. So thank you So thank you again, guys, to Bartow Ford for allowing me to review this Explorer. This day I haven't even finished, configuring this thing out and cleaning it. So big thank you to Bartow Ford again. But let me know, guys, what you think of this 2025 Ford Explorer. I really like it. Definitely an improvement. The drive experience is improved quite a bit, much more refined, quiet, smooth. And then interior just feels much better in quality. I'll be honest with you, a much better improvement. I might do another review with driving back to back this new and the older Explorer once I get an ST model or an ST line coming in. But I hope you guys been enjoying this Ford Explorer Active. So remember, guys, only 4 trims for 2025, and that's it. So you lost. And I know Ford said that they're coming back with the Timberline model, but probably for 2026. They're gonna lose the King Ranch for sure, because they want to stick to that King Ranch model for this heavy duty trucks. But the I believe the Timberline might make a comeback as well. But all right, guys, thank you very much for coming. If you guys made it this far into the video, thank you so very much for joining me here. Hope you like this little kind of brief review of the 2025 Ford Explorer. We'll get a little more depth into the next video once we get an ST line or a higher trim version. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic evening, day, or morning, or wherever you are, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.